Without going to any individual agreements, is it your concern then that foreign governments have been seeking to divide Australia by using the states and territories against the Commonwealth?
Well, let me answer it this way. Where any foreign government seeks to undermine the sovereignty of Australia's foreign policy by seeking to do deals with subnational governments, Australia needs to protect itself from that. And importantly, that's why probably I'd argue more than anyone previously, although I know there were briefings provided, but not at this level of detail. I arranged for all premiers and chief ministers to know what I know about Australia's national security issues and interests, and that was a very useful briefing we held some weeks ago, and I think what we've announced today is therefore not unsurprising or unexpected on their part. And I particularly welcome the comments by the South Australian Premier today. We need to all work together to protect Australia's national interests, and I think this bill, these laws, will aid us in doing that. Phil.
A few years ago you changed...
Catherine always gets a question.
In terms of speaking with one voice, a few years ago...
Not sure about Andrew. Not you, Clarence.
But back to speaking with one voice, a few years ago you changed the FIRB regime to include state asset sales after the Port of Darwin lease, and now you've done this, this measure you're announcing today. Are there any other areas of leakage in terms of foreign interference through the states or the territories that beyond this measure that you're looking at?
Well, you're right to say, Phil, as I think you wrote today, after the Port of Darwin issue, which, as you know, was a problem in that that was not a matter which the federal laws enabled to be brought for federal government approval. And that's why I had those fixed with the cooperation, full cooperation of the states and territories, which I very much welcomed at the time, to ensure that that was dealt with so that those circumstances wouldn't be repeated. And, of course, you're aware of the very significant announcements the Treasurer has made here with me about a month or so ago, which has further addressed issues that particularly were raised by the FIRB board to ensure that we address those. And here we have again today some further announcements. So this is a pretty comprehensive response, I think is the best way to answer that, Phil. But obviously, if we identify other things that are necessary to protect Australia's national interest, you'll never find me hesitating.